Hey guys. Hey guys, it's me, Xzyloriz Livestream. Yeah, this is just a live stream and yeah. It's, it's let's get this thing up. See if the fireworks. See. Okay, much better. Okay, still new to this. Go. Yeah, then just play it and browse. Sorry if this is my voice goes. Alright, but yeah. Anyway, it's been a while since I did a live stream, but technicality and stuff, I'm just struggling with a lot right now. Trying to get a job, trying to feel happy at least. Just struggling with a lot lately. And like I said before, I'm laid off from my job, which is basically unfortunate because it wasn't really out of my fault. I mean, the reason why I was let go in the first place is because of basically slow management services. Almost slow business, but just struggling with a lot of stuff. I don't know. You know, when you have those days where you're just feeling depressed and stuff, just going through a lot. Now, basically, people are telling you to say positive in, positive out. And yeah, basically, each time basically you try to do that, seems almost everything else tries to basically make you feel otherwise. That's basically what gets me annoyed. I mean, yeah, it'd be one thing if I was the one feeding it, but it feels like almost everyone's just giving me reasons to feel that way. You know, I'm just trying to try to hang out with friends, and even when I do and stuff, it's like they usually don't even stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm just going for a while, like I said. Mhm. Just feel like alone sometimes when I see people around me having their own stuff. I mean, told to like just be happy and stuff. And with the work and stuff, like I applied for basically this one position and stuff, but basically, despite doing so, basically they said at this moment they're not considering my application. I think the reason why is because basically I'm only because I can't work on weekends or evenings. I mean, I'm willing to work full time if it's from morning, like 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. I wouldn't mind. But if I have to work on holidays, weekends, or evenings, then I can't do that. Like basically, they expect me to do it, but with the transportation issue thing, so it's very hard. Like County, like yeah, County, like they won't be able to do like evenings or weekends. I mean, basically, if taking City Lift, I'll be able to use that, but I can't use like City Link because they don't basically pick you up on your house. Only County Link and City Lift, you know. And of course, people are just being ignorant about it and stuff. I mean, it's other like the service and stuff. Like they're supposed to help me get a job. Right now, I'm basically trying to find basically one job and stuff. The only thing like they have to be in this other position where it's supposed to help me learn about how to basically like do tasks and stuff. And so far, I'm getting to a point which basically, let's see, yeah, well, anyway, like basically, like almost basically finished with that course. And basically, by then, I'm supposed to expect them to basically help me out. So finding a job, but we haven't basically. Uh, Almost everything just seems to frustrate me these days. I try to play my Xbox with the controllers and stuff. Like basically the battery thing I got for my controller doesn't mean working well for whatever reason. You have to like aim at a specific point and stuff. Yeah, and then like some games and stuff, like basically like for example the Batman Arkham Origins games I got, those basically usually crashes every now and then. They will complete like nightmare mode. It's well, not nightmare mode. Was it? Yeah, I am the night mode and managed to complete the Dark Knight system challenge. I also got myself Halo Reach and stuff. Didn't like the Master Chief Collection. The only way to get items is doing specific tasks. Whereas with the basically Halo Reach game, it's mostly just farming. So that's what I liked about that. I mentioned like we've basically got like two versions of Saints Row for original 360 edition and the Xbox Series X remaster. And basically, I originally got the 360 edition, but whenever I have cheats on, basically, the game would be glitchy and stuff. Like vehicles wouldn't move, or yes, it would, but basically, won't enter input and basically makes it hard to move. And with the basic remaster and stuff, the only way I could play that game is by playing it offline. The reason why is because when you play on it very long, it'll eventually crash. So, and then it'll basically, then there's like Secret of the Mimic, which I was able to complete that game and stuff. I think I was able to complete the basically parachute ending and the bedtime ending by collecting all 25 collectibles. Where the only achievement I'm still trying to get is basically the other one, which is basically, of course, like the other basic achievement is to basically get the mail call one where you have to collect all the mails, which I try to do, so which I basically it's hard to do, so Yeah, so like Cyberpunk 2077, so which is of course another basic cool game and so if I'm doing my best to complete all the side quests and stuff like that. Like I already completed Avocado, Al Al whatever the hell that name is. I completed that, so it's the clan one, and then there's the other one I completed, which is basically kind of Judy one. Yeah, we complete that as well, which basically glad enough to complete that one. So the basically last mode I have to complete on is basically the well not mode, the section, like the last section I have to complete aside from basically Liberty Crime is the Arasaka side quest. Once I complete the side quest for that one, basically I'll probably like finish the basically other one, which is basically first have to finish the basically Liberty Prime section 8. Once I complete the Liberty Prime DLC, so then I'll basically do the Arasaka thing. Until then, I'll basically be finishing off the other side quests. Surprised it's basically body having. Yeah, it's a really shocking. Yeah, but anyway, like, and then there's like this fantasy thing. So, starting about, your Metropolis series. I'm starting about doing like there's a retake on it. Honestly, I feel like I can never do any big projects anymore. Every time I start a big project, I basically don't have the confidence to complete it, and then basically I'm forced to basically like restart. And I mean, it's been always restarting the project. I start the big project, can't finish it, start all over, and get like around. It just gets annoying. I don't know. And just hanging out with friends and stuff. Like I feel like even when I do hang out with them and like servers such as basically VR chat or Roblox, I feel like that basically they just don't want me there or just acknowledge that I'm there, but they don't seem to want anything to do with me. I feel like basically everyone around me just doesn't want anything to do with me. I mean, it's hard to like feel stuff, then how long will it be before basically they leave? I mean, like, I had friends and stuff, but even when I hang out with them and stuff, I feel like it's why one a bunch. Like, they basically rarely, I mean, sometimes they acknowledge me, but most of the time, it's only when I basically interject and stuff, try to make them laugh by saying, by sub, that they acknowledge me. But then afterwards, they basically act as if I'm not there. Just feel like that, I don't know, just feel alone and stuff. And like they said, what's stopping me from hanging out with friends and stuff. Like if they would understand, basically, that basically it's not really by choice, it's by basically force. Like, it's hard to basically find friends and stuff, let alone relationships. Like right now, I'm basically single still, and I feel like that no one really wants to date me and stuff. Because I'm just basically weirdo and low cow. Some people take advantage of me, like this one person. She would basically ask for money and stuff, but basically for her own basically selfish reasons. Like she would basically beg me to give her money and stuff, saying that she's for rent. The bull crap. Of- And when I try to tell her that I can and stuff, she tries to emotionally manipulate me into basically feeling bad, saying about how I'm ruining her life and that she'll never forgive me for this and all the other bull crap. Victim blaming because she's pretty much a scammer. Honestly, she says the reason why most of her boyfriends left her is because she was basically crazy, but I don't think it has anything to do with sanity. It's mostly greed. They probably left her because they didn't want to basically give her money and stuff. Like if dating her meant basically giving her money, whether they like or not, then basically yeah, they're going to leave her. I don't blame them for leaving her. Yeah, I try to leave her too. And then basically, like when the last time we talked, which was very long while ago, she had the audacity to demand me to pay her basically twice as much. And I told her that basically what happened to the other money, and she's like, basically, well, no, basically, what was it do? You know, so. And then there's like people that go on my server to ask to friend me and stuff. And basically, it's good until you realize that the only reason they're friending you is just so they get ask you if you want them to do commissions for you in exchange for money. And it's one thing if basically you're asking them to do work and paying them and stuff, but when they're coming to you and stuff and asking you to pay them art, then basically it becomes basically a frustration. It feels like that they're just scammers or just only care about the damn money. And when basically I try to decline and stuff, they try to basically encourage me or manipulate me, uh, whichever you pick, basically into giving them money or finding a way to pay them later. So it's like basically I'm not your goddamn ATM. So, like if I say I don't want it, I don't want it. If you can't accept that, then screw you. Like I said, it seems like they only care about my money and not really much about me. And like when I tell my grandparents about what I'm feeling, like it's almost as if they aren't too much bothered by it. Like they tell me to be positive in, positive out and stuff, but sometimes space I don't think they're aware that they're also contributing to feeding off the negative energy. Like for example, like basically when we were talking about having applications for Kroger's and Goodwill and stuff, Grandpa was telling me how basically with Kroger's basically usually they're going out of business because of the competition. And then as with Goodwill, Grandpa doesn't really much trust them. Like it's his opinion and stuff, but basically what he's telling me and stuff is kind of like encouraging, basically persuading me into not, so like I said, if I were to work at a base full time, I wouldn't mind so long as I'm working basically on morning from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. for example. But if I'm having to work on weekends, evenings, holidays, then I have to decline. I'm not going to work full time. I mean, why should I have to work 24/7 and stuff when grandpa works basically just from morning to basically to noon? So I shouldn't have to work 24/7 and stuff, especially with my condition, being autistic and dealing with customers and stuff. Though, like, basically, I don't mind working hard for it and stuff. I mean, my main reason for getting a job is to get paid and stuff. Like, I don't mind working hard. In fact, basically, I usually work twice as fast, but still give off good, amazing work quality. I mean, basically at work, basically usually the issue isn't with doing work itself. It's that sometimes basically there are coworkers that are more or less basically frustrated. Like, there's like some coworkers that seem to like basically abuse the image, whereas there's one coworker who got fired because he was basically scamming people. Or kind of like he would usually take stuff off the free table and then have people basically get it from him by purchasing it, which is kind of like pretty much greedy because basically it's free table for a reason. It's supposed to basically for people who wants to have the items for free. Because what got him fired, however, was basically when he basically was telling this basically repair technician guy that basically his candy bar got stuck in the vending machine and asked him to get it for him. In reality, basically the candy bar he wanted wasn't really stuck, and he was just basically deceiving him to getting him because basically he didn't want to get pay for it and stuff. Like there are some firings and stuff that basically are noteworthy. like this one guy who got fired because he was talking about basically sleeping with animals, if you know what I mean. And then basically, like I did tell the HR about it, so and basically what got him officially fired is when he was talking back to him about it. Then there's like this other person and stuff who are basically like with the other coworkers I won't name because I don't want to get in trouble or anything like that. But this one coworker and stuff was intellectually disabled, but what I didn't like about him was basically when he made like a inappropriate comment to me when we were using the urinal bathroom. Basically found out that basically they could be liable for it, basically, regardless of whether you have an intellectual disability or not. Problem was is that basically I told basically the original HR about it, but she had to when I explained to the other HR about it, they said that they couldn't do anything because it was 2 years ago. And when I told them to make basically the coworker at least apologize for it, they said that they couldn't because he doesn't know any better, which I think is kind of like a bull crap excuse. Like he does know better, or else he wouldn't have said it. I don't care basically what their stupid excuse is. But yeah, like I was told I wasn't going to get let go and stuff, that would be alright. But then basically in the afternoon, I was called into the room, so it's informed that basically because business are getting slow, they're having to let go all the part timers, and I was one of them since I worked part time. Now I'm trying to basically find them. They said they're in a rehiring position, but I'm in the rehiring basically list, but basically they don't have any job positions available because basically the only ones they have are full time. And like I said, I wouldn't mind working full time, but I'm not working holidays, evenings, weekends, all that sorts, just because I don't care basically what day they go. I shouldn't have to work that basically that much just because I just toyed with it. I don't mind, sorry. We're playing some Roblox. I mean, I bet no one's going to basically play with me anyway, but frankly, I honestly don't have much care much about it. It doesn't seem like anybody wants me around. So what's the point? Yeah, I try basically so hard, but it doesn't seem like it's good enough for them. Anyway, yeah, and then there we go. Yes. What the hell's going on? Are you freaking kidding me? I can't even play freaking Roblox live stream. What the hell? Shouldn't be that much of a goddamn problem. Guys, I'm just frustrated with everything. Like I said, the people just seem like they don't care. They give two craps about. They're just bothered. I'm sure that grandpa's going. Come up to my room. Let's like really is I mean, I mean, the other is afterwards, seeing how I was doing a good job on it and stuff. Like, if he's basically doesn't mind about it, why is he basically, why did he complain about it? So, like, you can't just basically be encouraging, it can't just be basically getting annoyed with someone. I don't know why it's bugging out. It shouldn't be doing that. Shouldn't be doing it at all. Why exactly it was bugging out and stuff, I have no idea. Just going through a lot. I mean, I know not nobody's gonna watch this slash because no one really much cares about it, which I honestly don't blame you guys. I mean, I'm not really much a likable person. I'm just ugly, stupid, and annoying. So not that I'm making fun of you guys right now, I'm just making fun of myself because yeah, I'm just feeling like nobody likes me and stuff. Like, well, I mean, I try to do better stuff. No one wants me around. Just to join this one live stream and stuff. It was basically like TMYT, which if you didn't know was basically this YouTuber and stuff. She makes like videos and stuff like that. I went to her live stream and stuff, but she won't call it. I mean, it could be because I just said something stupid, like asked her how she coped with precious stuff, but honestly, it was just a retarded question to ask her. So I guess she probably did a video, which, like, I mean, who basically would? So, but I don't know, but she probably had like good reasons to. Honestly, I don't know if it's a she or he, but yeah, either way, I just feel bad. Anyway, I'm just gonna log off because honestly, nobody's gonna watch this live stream. I don't blame you. Anyway, good luck, and T Tim YT, if you're watching this, I'm sorry I made a stupid question on the video that got you basically that made you funny. Hopefully, we could collab seriously more and stuff. But yeah, anyway, thanks, and hopefully you guys have much of a better day than I could ever have. That being said, I'll be the same, and also, bye.